go XXX, they might think you're swearing at the end.
Like XU. No one send their love to my wife, okay?
What?
What? We've been sat here for about half an hour, 45 minutes, thinking the difference between spoken and written English, spoken and written Chinese. Chinese is even more complicated because Cantonese is very spoken, it's not really written. When you write Chinese, it's very much like how you speak Mandarin. So, and when you try to take that and put it into an email, that's where the accidents happen.
And in Cantonese, there are actually a lot of words where you only use in spoken Cantonese, like ga, ge,
Oh yeah,
mat, like certain words. Once you see those Chinese characters, it makes the passage that you're writing a lot more colloquial.
When you say, you know, stretch out the sentence when you're thinking. And when you write it, you take away all the, you know, the stuff that goes dot, dot, dot at the end, you know, you shorten it and you make it concise, like written English or Chinese.
I mean, that's the first thing you do, like dear sir or ma'am, or like hey, how are you? Or hi, John, hi, Dave. And then followed by, hope you are well. Did you have a good weekend? How are you doing?
I guess the pleasantries and how you start the letter, that hasn't changed much. But in English, we like to just have a lot of pleasantries.
Chit-chat, yeah.
How's your weekend been? How are the kids? If
Really
you're
enjoying
particularly
the
familiar.
weather.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Western culture, we always talk about the weather, whether it's email, phone call, or like if you see someone on the street, you know.
Well, that Typhoon A was a bitch.
Yeah. How's the weather? In Cantonese, you would not say, "Wow, 今日天氣好好啊." It's weird.
But yeah, the English love talking about the weather because it's grey and it's foggy and it's dark.
How's the weather only works if you're asking people that are not living in your city, right? If you're asking someone,
Oh no, you know, the rain's really getting me down, that kind of stuff.
oh, okay, that must be really English. If you say that in Cantonese, 哇，你享唔享受最近嘅天氣啊？好奇怪。Yeah. That person will be like, what?
It's usually about eating.
Eating?
Yeah, it's like 食咗飯未啊?
Oh,
Chinese
yeah,
culture is rooted deeply in eating and different cuisines for different places.
Oh, that's a good observation.
When you see someone, it's usually, have you had dinner yet? It's like, not that you really care about their dinner.
In English, that would be really weird. If you see a friend like on the street, you'd be, hey, how are you? How's it going? What have you been up to?
I just had myself some cottage pie.
Yes. Hey, how are you? Have you had dinner yet? That'd be really weird.
It's really bizarre.
Yeah.
In Cantonese, there are no pleasantries. It's just cut to the chase. What do you want?
Would you like? Because it's very hectic in Hong Kong. People just want to cut to the
Don't waste my time, man.
Don't waste my time.
Just
I'm
tell
gonna
me.
Skim through this email, get to the point, and then I'm just going to reply you.
The button to close the lift, in all the lifts in Hong Kong, they're all messed up. Close the door in a rush. What works in English can be very misleading in Cantonese. So when you say, it was great talking to you on the phone, great meeting with you the other day, it's not nothing, it's just casual, very natural. But in Cantonese, it might have the, it was great talking to you the other day. We don't do that in Chinese. So when you do that, all of a sudden, if you're a guy writing an email to a girl,
You gotta be careful. If someone wasn't familiar with the Western culture, they would think, ooh, did he really enjoy talking to me on the phone that day? Even though it was about like really boring stuff. In English, a lot of those pleasantries, if you use it in Cantonese, it becomes a pickup line. 喂，得閒飲杯咖啡啊？
plus the touch too.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa,
幾時約出嚟見下面啊？
Let's go for coffee sometime.
係，得閒飲杯咖啡啊？
Avoid the touch, please.
Well, you won't be touching on an email.
Well, you know, maybe that's what you want to do when you meet these guys. You want to
We
have
have
coffee.
an emoji. Brackets. My hand touches his shoulders.
How can you keep things casual without these pleasantries then?
Like, Cantonese culture here in Hong Kong is very direct and to the point.
I guess stuff like long time no see, hope you've been okay. Keep it really basic and simple. Nothing too emotional. Like, I was excited to, see you. I was like super chuffed to do this and whatever. I guess you can still write what you want to write, but On the other end, the receiving end, is a, or it's going to be. So you decide for yourself. At the end of the correspondence, send my love to, best regards, very casual. Obviously, sending love to the family or Sharon or whomever, you're a bit closer. It's not quite so unfamiliar. But in Cantonese, if you send your love to someone else's wife, I don't think it'll go down well.
Well, if you put it that way, it really does sound weird, but yeah.
No one send their love to my wife, okay?
Especially last year during COVID, right? Hope everyone is safe and hope everyone is well. In Cantonese, it doesn't translate well if you directly translate it. It's kind of actually really rude.
In Cantonese, people like to swear and curse people's parents, their mothers, their families. When you send your love to someone's family, or to their parents, or to their mother, it's like you're cursing them. There's a big chance it's going to be presented in a way that it sounds like you're swearing at them. If in doubt, just avoid
sending love
to people's,
or sending too much affection
to people's parents, their wives, their families, mothers and fathers.
With your peers or your friends, a lot of times on WhatsApp or like messaging or casual emails, you might, end the email with an XOXO or XXX. But in Hong Kong, if you send them a kiss, it's really weird. Or if you go XXX, they might think you're swearing at the end.
You need an X with another word at the end though, like XU.
If you receive a message or an email with an X down the bottom, would you know what it is?
Like when you go online to find out what the X is, like, oh.
Or people might misunderstand that you were going to write an extra line there, like for the date or something, and you didn't fill it in yet, so you just put XXX there.
What works in English often is a pickup line or just a display of affection. Hugs and kisses. Be very careful. Very